Welcome to Octavio Severa's training video. If you're watching this, you're either a debate teacher giving him a grade, or you're an amateur debater wanting to know the ropes. And trust me, if anybody knows the ropes, it's me. Well, you always could ask a lawyer, a debate teacher, a senior debater, someone who knows what they're actually talking about. No, just watch the video. Watch the video. In the world of debating, there are a wide variety of words that have different meanings. A great way to start debating is to learn the meaning of these words. Here are just a few of the many words that you might hear at a competition. Case, the main thesis that you will be debating on. Off case, a thesis that has little to do with the main topic at hand. Eat, to face the consequences. Cards, another word for evidence. It is called cards because of all evidence used to be written down on index cards. Abuse, an argument to some degree that is unfair to the trial. Pimp, a response that is required weak to the opposing argument. Link, to draw a relationship or similarity between two different events. Cross-apply, to imply an argument being in a different location. Violation, to not allow or break a court standing. Disco, a strategy that is considered risky and usually involves a whole round being centered around one certain argument. Protect me, a plea to the judge to ignore the opponent's certain arguments. Paperweight, another word for a trophy that you could win in debating. Remember, these are only a few of the hundreds of debate terms that there are, so make sure you really hit the books on that one. Now, it's time to start learning about debating styles. A simple one to start off is extemporis, often shortened down to extemp. In extemp, you never know what you're going to get until you pick possible opportunities from an envelope. There, you have 30 minutes to research, plan, and prepare. No need to sweat too much though, since you don't have an opponent in extemp. Start off your argument with an introduction. This is meant to hook in the audience and to give an overall format of the topic. Give your conclusion some pizzazz by giving a summary on why you're right. Also, don't choose your notes. Sometimes you have the option to do this, but it never looks professional. Here are some exempt topics, all provided by SpeechGreek.com. Are Brazilian politicians to blame for the country's water crisis? Is India improving its environmental record? What is King Abdullah's human rights legacy? How can South Africa effectively tackle its unemployment problem? How have central bankers lost control of the world economy? To help understand introductions a bit more, I'll give you an example. Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the very people who were supposed to protect Brazilian citizens were the very reason behind them not having any water? Public format debate. Another popular debating style is public format debate, or PF. In PF, you already know your topic and have your arguments ready beforehand. That said, you have to be ready on either side. Teams are decided by a coin flip. However, the affirmation team always goes first. Speaking of which, you not only have an opponent in PF, but you also have a partner. There are many rounds in PF. These rounds include consistent speech, which is 4 minutes, crossfire, which is 3 minutes, rebuttal, which is 4 minutes, summary, which is 2 minutes, and the final focused or last shot, which is also 2 minutes. Here we have an already flown paper that is very common in PF debates and is usually to keep track of the debater's notes. This is a good example of a flowchart because the affirmation notes are where they're supposed to be and the negation notes are where they're supposed to be. Here are some examples of PF topics that my class has gone over in the last year. In response to the current crisis, the government should put humanitarian needs over national interest. The U.S. federal government should pay reparations to African Americans. The Lincoln-Douglas debate. Finally, we have reached the Lincoln-Douglas debate, named after Abraham Lincoln and Stephen A. Austin. It is often shortened down to LD debate. In LD, the cases usually involve around morals and philosophy. There are different types of speeches given. These include affirmative constructives, which is 6 minutes, cross-examination, which is 3 minutes, negative constructive, which is 7 minutes, cross-examination, which is 3 minutes, first affirmative rebuttal, which is 4 minutes, the negative rebuttal, which is 6 minutes, and the second affirmative rebuttal, which is 3 minutes. Rounds usually go around for 40 minutes, with each speaker speaking for around 13 minutes per round. This flow is empty. However, the affirmative would start off at the far right corner. Then the negation would offense to that. Then affirmation would defend, and so on and so forth until it's time for negation to present its case. Here are 2 examples of LD topics that we went over in the year. Adolescents ought to have the right to make their own medical decisions, and that jury notification should be used in the face of perceived injustice. Congratulations! You now know more about debating than ever before. Well, that is unless you're a debate teacher. You now learned about different debating glossary terms, LD debate, PF debate, and extemp debate. With this knowledge, you're on your way to becoming the next Articus Finch, or maybe even the next Aaron Brockovich, or Mick Haller, or maybe even Elle Woods. Either way, I hope I helped taught you something a little bit more about debating. Thank you.